5 of 7 years, the Texas Rangers won 90 games when they were in their heyday. Dan, I'll start with you. You know the writing was on the wall when Chris Young was brought in to be the GM and Jon Daniels was moved upstairs. I didn't know how their internal communication worked or how their power structure worked, but I guess this is an indication.
I didn't sense that. I thought the job has become such an enormous job. I thought it was just going to be a two-person job when CY was brought in. Hey, 17 years in that job, that's a hard run. And I've said this to you guys all along. I think there's a shelf life in these jobs. I think you gain political capital early on in your tenure, especially if you won like he did, but as it slips away over a longer period of time. And, I just think he should be commended for being 17 years in one place is like unheard of in professional sports in general. But I do think there is a shelf life to these jobs, and I think Jon will be better for it, moving on somewhere else.
Case, where do you think it went wrong? Again, I'm talking a lot of success for many years.
Yeah, a lot of success.
A great career. The last couple of years, though, just not happening for them.
Not happening, and I also think, too, I think they want to make it happen. Obviously they brought in Simeon, they brought in Seager. I think they expected a lot. And it just didn't happen. And, I think Chris Young and those guys also did a great. John Gray also brought in John Gray. And they just drafted Jack Leiter last year, too. And who's the other guy?
They got Kumar Rocker.
Kumar Rocker, too. So, they're looking for some starting pitching. But I think this is a big reason why. I mean, these guys came in and they still, just can't get over the hump.
They haven't played well.
They haven't played well. And like Dan said, 17 years, that is a long time.
No.
Yeah, it is. Guys, I say this all the time like a broken record. I just wish somebody would listen to me once in a while with the broken record. That's it. This is a game about talent evaluation. The heart of this game, and it's never going to change, is that you have to, in that job, you've got to nail your evaluations, whether that's a draft pick or a trade or a waiver claim or a free agent signing. And if you look at Jon, we'll get into this more later, but if you look at the track record of drafts from pretty much 2008 on, 2009 on, they've had one All-Star in Joey Gallo. And you just can't with your number one picks. You got to nail your number one picks. And they just have not been able to do that. And eventually it catches up to you. Quite honestly, I thought it would catch up even sooner than this.
Remember, it wasn't long ago, they had Elvis Andrus, Jurickson Profar. They had guys who were known as, hey, not only are they winning pennants, they've got the top talent on the way. And it kind of dried up right around then.
It did. I think losing A.J. Preller a little bit hurt them internationally because their international pipeline was great. That's where Profar came from. I think losing, key people, it's tough to replenish those kind of people. But again, if you're good at drafting and developing players, you're going to have long, sustained success. And when you're not, you're not. Simple as that. When you don't do it, you're not.